Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tashera. If you're new here, this channel is all about fragrances. In today's video, we're going to talk about dark, sexy, intoxicating fragrances, perfect for autumn. But before we get into that, I want to talk about something else. So this portion of the video is sponsored by Rose Forever New York. I was gifted this lovely bouquet. I had the option to choose whatever I wanted. I chose 36 gray roses from the Black Round Velvet Box collection. Here's a close-up and the logo. This sits lovely on top of my kitchen counter, which has black countertops. So this is why I went with this color option. It looks amazing on my countertop. And so if you're interested in purchasing a bouquet for yourself or for a loved one, a friend, whoever that person may be, whoever that special someone may be, you can get $20 off your purchase. So a little bit about Rose Forever. They're based in New York, of course. The company was launched in 2019. These bouquets are designed with natural roses, which stay fresh for at least a year. They have over 8 collections and offer over 12 color options: red, pink, ivory, white, black, gray, which is what I have. There's even a pretty baby blue and a baby pink color. There's a variety to choose from. And again, you can get $20 off if you're interested in purchasing a bouquet. The discount code is Tashera, and it will be available in the description box down below. Now, let's get into these fragrances. So, when I think of dark, sexy fragrances, I think of notes like cherry, amber, saffron, spices like black pepper, possibly cinnamon, incense, saffron, if I haven't said that already. Also, sometimes white florals can be a bit narcotic, such as tuberose, orange blossom, things of that sort. I even find the notes of violet to be really sexy as well. Fruit notes like cherry and peach, leather and suede also makes as is like nice dark mysterious edge to a fragrance. Also synthetic notes like ambroxan. I find that ambroxan is very intoxicating and sexy and alluring in fragrances. So all of the fragrances I've chose have these notes, and I want to say that this is my favorite fragrance category, so I'm excited to talk about these fragrances today. So let's get into it. And per usual, we're going to start with my fragrance of the day, and that is Blonde Amber. I've talked about this a lot. I love this fragrance so much, but guess what? I don't wear this as much as I talk about it, but I made it my fragrance of the day today, and the minute I sprayed this on myself, I was like, yeah, this is so good. It's so dark. It's sexy. It's intoxicating. It's alluring. It's spicy. It's a bit fruity, but the fruit notes are like, it's not bright. They're dark. It also has some interesting fruit options like raisin, which of course are dried grapes. But this also has citrus notes. The fruit notes in here are just very dark and rich and dense, and this has a beautiful, sexy amber notes. This also has a lot of spices. This fragrance is blended to perfection, and this smells good on a man or a woman. It's just that good. It works for anyone. Also, this screams like fall, chilly weather, winter. Like, this is so sexy. This is perfect for a sexy date night. This is my favorite Clive Christian fragrance. This has about 20 notes. It's a lot to go through. If you know, you know. This isn't a new fragrance. This is very pricey, but I got it at about half off from Fragrance by Canada about 2 years ago. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. When I first smelled this, like, my mind was blown. I had to have it. I obsessed over this fragrance until I owned a full bottle. And in the 2 years I've owned this fragrance, I'm not gonna lie, I've probably worn it 3 times. Today being the third time. I just have fragrances that I just love to pull for often, more often than others. But this one, it's a 10 out of 10. This is an 11 out of 10. It's really good. I'm going to wear this much more this season. But yeah, amen. Again, this one is Clive Christian Blonde Amber. While we're on the topic of amber, Christian Louboutin Fetiche L'Ombre. Talk about sexy, dark, rich, white, floral amber. Yeah, this is now my favorite from the Fetiche collection. I'll talk about my second favorite next. But this, it dethrones Cuir, which is my second favorite now, which it was my number one, but I couldn't choose between the two at first, and I picked Cuir. But after spending time with Cuir, I realized that I prefer this one much more. So I purchased a full bottle of this one. The amber in here is so intoxicating. And the tuberose note, it's green, but somehow it's very narcotic like. This smells like a darker, sexier, edgier version of Dior Addict. This takes that fragrance Dior Addict up 5 notches. This is beautiful, it's sexy, it's dark, it's edgy, and the only two notes listed are tuberose and amber. The tuberose is green, but it doesn't smell earthy or what's the word? Garden like? Vegetable like? I don't know. It doesn't smell like that. It's a beautiful non bubblegummy tuberose. This is well done. I think this collection is a great collection. Again, this one is Christian Louboutin Fetiche L'Ombre. The next fragrance on this list is Christian Louboutin Le Cuir. This is the 10 mil dabber. So, story time. My first pickup from this collection was Fetiche Le Cuir. Obsessed. I was obsessed with this fragrance, and I still love it. But after giving it about 2 wears, I found it to be a bit overwhelming to wear, at least on my upper body, like sprayed on my neck. I preferred it sprayed more on like my lower body, like ankles or just on my wrists. And so I had to declutter that, but I had a 10 mil dabber, and I find that I prefer the dabber to the atomizer because when sprayed from the atomizer, I just found the leather to be very strong, very pronounced. Versus when I dab this on my skin, I get more of that beautiful peach, and the leather note is toned down. I believe it's actually a suede note. Let me confirm. So the notes in here listed are leather, osmanthus, and suede. So it's both. Yeah, so I just found the leather to be so pronounced when sprayed from the atomizer versus when I dab it on my skin, it's more suede like. It's more toned down, more muted. I don't want to smell like I'm wearing a leather jacket. Like, I like to wear leather jackets, but I don't want to smell like a leather jacket. And I was getting more of the leather when I sprayed it from the atomizer as opposed to when I dab it. It's toned down and I can handle it more. It's not doing too much. So for that reason, I decluttered the full bottle, kept this dabber, which I prefer. I still do love this fragrance. It's a great peach leathery fragrance. So if you like fragrance like Fleur du Mal from Dries Van Noten, or even Peche Mirage from Guerlain, which is much, much more lighter, brighter, and fruitier. I think you'll like this. If you like the combination of peach and leather scents, this is definitely one to try. Again, this one is Fetiche Le Cuir from the Christian Louboutin Fetiche collection. While we're on the topic of leather and fruits, peach and leather, the OG, Xerjoff La Capitale, my favorite Xerjoff fragrance. For me, this fragrance is so intoxicating. It's very narcotic like. This is beyond sexy for me, to my nose. I don't know what it is, but the way the fruits and leather and the amber and saffron is combined in this fragrance, this to me smells like an aphrodisiac in liquid form. This is beautiful. It's so sexy. This almost was my sense of the night. It's almost nighttime. It's nearing 5 p.m. It will soon be dark outside. I started out with a different scent this morning. I wanted to do something dark and sexy for the nighttime. This was almost my choice, but I said blonde amber. I went with blonde amber because I need to show more love because I love that fragrance. I need to show more love. This one, it's my favorite dark, sexy fragrance. It's beautiful. For me, this isn't super fruity, and this does have notes, fruit notes of peach and strawberry. And I do get a hint of the fruits, but for me, what stands out the most is that beautiful saffron, the amber, and the leather. This is intoxicating. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. This one is in my top 10 for life. This will always be in my collection. It might be challenging for some to understand if they're not into niche perfumery, because I wore this. I sprayed this in my hair on, I believe it was a Saturday. I went to our wedding. I went to work on Monday, and I was having a conversation with a coworker, and she asked me what I was wearing. I was wearing a completely different scent, but she said it doesn't smell like that. It smells masculine. And I sniffed my hair and I smelled this. And I said, "Oh, that's the fragrance I wore over the weekend. I sprayed it in my hair. That's what you're smelling." She was getting the leather notes from hearing it to her nose. It was very masculine. She didn't like it at all. So this might not be for the faint of heart, but for someone with a more mature nose who's used to smelling different types of scents in the niche world, this is very appealing and very attractive. And that's what it is for me. Again, this one is a Xerjoff La Capitale. Next on this list, full bottle, coming soon. I just need to empty this first. I might get the full bottle before I empty this. This is my second decant. This is YSL Babycat. One of the sexiest, dark, edgy vanilla scents you could possibly get your nose on. Beautiful, sexy vanilla with black pepper and incense. The dry down of this fragrance is alluring. This leaves an intoxicating scent trail. This is one of my favorite vanillas. Everyone knows about this by now. I spoke about it in my previous video. I don't need to spend too much time on it, but it's dark, it's sexy, it's edgy, it's mysterious, it's a head turner. So if that's what you're looking for, you love vanilla, you love spicy scents, you love incense, you haven't tried this yet, get your nose on it. Again, this one is YSL Babycat. Now, the last four fragrances on this list are all cherry scents. I know people often say cherry smells medicinal. They're over cherry. Cherry has been overdone. I'm not over cherry. I love cherry notes. It has to be done a specific way though. And unfortunately, I do love Tom Ford Lost Cherry, so haha, boo boo. But that's not on this list. I also do love Tom Ford Electric Cherry, but that's neither on this list because I don't own that fragrance. That one is more bright and fun. These are all dark, sexy, alluring cherry fragrances. So let's get into it. Number one, BDK Rouge Smoking. This is a beautiful, sexy cherry cola like scent that's very powdery. It has purple floral notes in here. It has tonka. It has vanilla. And of course, cherry. This, beautiful. My favorite part of this is the dry down. It dries down to a very beautiful powdery vanilla. Eventually, the cherry fades out, and this just becomes a powdery vanilla scent, at least to my nose. But this starts out smelling like a beautiful cherry cola like scent. This is very unique. You either hate this or you love it. Unfortunately, I love it. It was love at first sniff. I love this fragrance down. I love wearing this fragrance. Again, this one is BDK Rouge Smoking. This next one is a heavy hitter. I get compliments every single time I wear this, without a doubt. Women, men, they love this fragrance. And that is Gritti Duchessa. Are you kidding me? This is a beautiful, sexy, airy, saffron, cherry scent. This to me smells like a combination of, I want to say, Tom Ford Lost Cherry combined with, I say this all the time, but for my new subscribers, I'm going to give you the description of how it smells. To me, it smells like a mix of Tom Ford Lost Cherry combined with Mancera Instant Crush. When I say Tom Ford Lost Cherry, just the cherry specifically, it even also has remnants of Cherry Punk from Moon 1015, layered with Mancera Instant Crush. This is a beautiful, airy, sweet, intoxicating, dark, sexy, edgy cherry fragrance. One of my favorites. I wear this a lot. I remember wearing this. I was at a party. I went to the bathroom. I refreshed my fragrance, and I walked by, and two women tapped me, and they said, "You smell so good," like in unison, both together. And another time I wore this fragrance and I carry travel sprays with me. So I go nose blind to my scent. I feel like I need to refresh. So I whipped out my travel spray. I refreshed and my friend turned around and said, "What is that? It smells so good. Can I have some?" And she sprayed some on herself. This is just beautiful. I wore this also to brunch one day, and I had been out for probably at least 6 hours at that point. And on my way back home, I got in the cab, and the driver said, "Whatever fragrance it is you're wearing smells amazing." And by that time, I had been gone nose blind to the scent, so I could no longer smell it. But I was glad to receive that compliment because that let me know this fragrance does have great longevity because it had been at least 6+ hours at that point. This is beautiful. My favorite Gritti fragrance. Again, this one is Gritti Duchessa. Next on this list is Fragrance du Bois Sirene. If you like oud, if you like cherry and incense, get your nose on it. Get your nose on it. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But you have to enjoy the note of oud because the oud is prominent in here, but it isn't funky, at least to my nose. The oud is blended beautifully in this fragrance, but it definitely does stand out. This is not one to overspray either. A little goes a long way with this fragrance. I made the unfortunate mistake of overspraying this and I nearly choked myself out. I won't do it again because this fragrance is a beast compared to other fragrance du bois scents because I do own Siberian Rose and I absolutely love that fragrance. It probably should have made it to this list. I don't know. It didn't, unfortunately. That one is a tuberose leather scent. Unfortunately for me, the longevity of that fragrance is very poor. I don't smell it anymore after about 3 hours. It is completely gone. But this one lasts. You'll get a full day's wear, 8 hours out of this scent. It's beautiful. This is also in my top 5 favorite cherry scents. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the bottle is even more beautiful. Again, this one is Fragrance du Bois Sirene. And the last fragrance on this list, French Defense from Mind Games. This one, the cherry in here smells more fruity than the other cherry fragrances I just spoke about. This one has notes of cherry. It also has violet leaf. It has amber. This is beautiful. This one, men love this fragrance for themselves. I found that out and I was shocked because for me, I thought this was a bit fruity and feminine, but I see a lot of men talk and rave about this scent. They wear it themselves. And yes, I can definitely see this on a man. This is unisex. And I never thought about it being unisex until seeing that men love the fragrance themselves. This one, unfortunately for me, doesn't last that long. I don't know. If you're watching this, you own this fragrance. Tell me, how do you feel about the longevity? Because for me, I feel like whenever I wear this, it disappears after like 4 hours and then I have to refresh it. But it's a beautiful cherry fragrance. I believe that the House of Mind Games, their fragrances don't really have great longevity because even Leonora, which is one of my favorites, has poor longevity. One that I would say has decent longevity is the Forward, which is a beautiful salty vanilla. But this one has the weakest longevity of the ones that I have tried. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful, dark, sexy, edgy cherry fragrance. A bit fruitier than the others I spoke about, as I said, but it does sit in the category for me. Again, this one is Mind Games French Defense. So that concludes this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking about this is my favorite scent category, as I said. If you have any recommendations that you believe fall in this category, please drop a comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.